Namaste, how are you? Okay, so today I'm just sitting in my boudoir, my meditation boudoir, and having quite strong feelings about our revolution here in the UK, and more and more things I can feel are aligning. And I believe that many of us are gently being called to action. And I know that part of this process is our, of course, coming into alignment so that we're sort of bumping into all the right people at all the right times, or new people are coming into our lives, trusting that there are other revolutionaries out there, and trusting that there are lots of people who are starting to feel this real need for change. And it could just be that people start to get that feeling of, yeah, like things need to change. And then what will happen is that myself and other sort of visionaries will help to pull these communities together and find the right sort of people who have ideas about how to make progress or how to start implementing some of the changes. I think a big part of it is realizing indeed how powerful we are as people. Just people. We're powerful beings, and really that nothing outside of us has any power over us. So that's a myth. That's a lie. There is no real external power. It's a story that we're telling ourselves. It's something that we made up for fun. I don't know. Of course, we've created this and it feels very real. And so a lot of us, I think it's time to withdraw and indeed begin this creation of our new communities, or start to really direct our attention and focus in different directions. So for spiritual guidance, would just kind of reiterate that to people. Really, let's go inward. It's really time to focus on the inner, because as we know, this revolution is happening. There are big changes on the kind of horizon, near horizon for us here. So it's really time to, okay, like this is happening, and go inward, because it's within us that we're going to find all of the answers and all of the solutions to the perceived problems that we've created. And also, I watched a brilliant documentary about this group Anonymous, and feeling that this is a very powerful internet movement, and it's something that we're all a part of. And I do feel indeed it's the footsteps. It's those early, very real signs of this revolution and of a worldwide global community actually coming together through the internet. But if you think again of everything being an illusion and everything being a reflection of who we are, what the internet is actually showing us about ourselves is our true connectivity. We're not separate, we're one, and the internet is that kind of bridge for us to start to recognize that connectivity that we share and that we have. And indeed, people are allowed and people are free to do and be whatever they want. But when it starts to become this weird, distorted perception that these few people have all the power, and that the rest of us are just these, like, little slaves that have to follow these rules, we can feel that's not quite right. We feel how hurtful that is towards our own self. So let's start to prepare ourselves. Some of us, it's time to go inward, to meditate more, to withdraw, to detach from the reality that we've created up to this point. For others, it might be time call to action. There might be protests, or there might be groups to set up in your community. This is gonna go big pretty soon, so feel free to get in touch with me and touch base right now. You'll always have a chance to touch base with me in the future. It's just that as we evolve the movement, I think we're gonna really have access to one another in a slightly broader capacity, as far as exchanging ideas and seeing how we can, from this feminine, nurturing, loving perspective, really pave the way and gently really just shift our mindset so that more and more of us are really looking at a solution-based mindset. Watching this anonymous documentary really hit home that this is sort of part of it, is when we listen to the current power structure discussing things, they're not worried about solving any of these problems. Their agenda's in a different place, and it's okay. It's fine, right? We're not going to hold fear, we're not going to hold hatred towards any of these said powers, but it's time for us to move now. It's time for us to get together. It's time for us to then throw some parties or throw some festivals and actually start traveling, and some of us are going to have to kind of move around the country and link up and make sure that we're really holding the vision of this new era and what we're actually creating, and also working on a level where we can really trust that let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here, okay? So I think that's part of the fear that's coming in for a lot of people who are kind of on the cusp, who are waiting or are expecting some big shifts and some big things to start happening, is just, take a deep breath and be here now. So if you're somebody like me who listens to your intuition and is sort of following with that, hone in on that and harness that and develop that for yourself. That's going to be your guide through this transition, right? So making sure that you're really listening, and if it's time to let go of something, let it go. If it's time to maybe set something up, go ahead and do that. So that's where I am. It's just like really listening to my intuition and putting the feeders out there for letting the right people come into my world. I've completely let go. So my meditation is always saying, just let go, just trust. All the people are coming, all the people you need are everywhere around you. So don't, no stressing, no worries. And again, that whole thing of our old paradigm wants us to figure everything out right now. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to trust that slowly as it evolves, as communities and pockets of people start to come together, then as and when the time comes, the right minds will come together and have the solutions, the perfect solutions that we need. And it's going to be really brilliant. It's going to be really beautiful. I know that some of us will be, called to deepen our healing practice to help the transition be a lot easier for other people who are just probably going to ride the wave. So some of us, I think now, is just recognizing new roles as well. Like if we're redefining our social structures and redefining the world that we're currently living in, then there's going to be new roles. And something that I definitely see within our own business or conscious business practices is having sort of spirituality or a spiritual awareness at the root. So there's a lot more awareness and light-filled projects going on in the world with a really strong intention for harmony and peace and all that good stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed today. I know there's a different background and I've got some new nice videos up, but I'm still going to have to keep doing this because I get spontaneous sort of like, I need to make a video. So welcome to my meditation space. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.
All to love. All to love.